Hello, good day. It's review time. I've got the green hat on. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose because of my new bot buying strategy, you think, oh, it's just going to be unboxing videos from this guy. But oh no, I will review the odd bot now and again. And a bot arrived the other day, which I had to do a review on. I said so in my last video. Right, so here it is. Now, this one is kind of important because this bot represents one of the old gang bots that I used to have when I was a kid. Now, I had already got another bot in to substitute for that bot. Unfortunately, it was a tacky knockoff bot and not really up to standards. But to get hold of one of the original bots was proving difficult because it's a pre-transformer. You know, it's like a Takara Diaclone stroke Microchange figure, and they go for lots of money. When they're complete in box, they go for over like 140, 150 quid on eBay. So I was struggling to get hold of one, but fortunately one popped up on eBay beginning of the year, January the 1st, and it was really cheap, so I managed to pick it up and it's arrived. I am over the moon. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on with it. Now, this bot is so small, I should be doing one of those small stuff reviews. In fact, I did a small stuff review on the other bot that I got. But this bot needs a little bit more than that. So what I'm going to bring to you today is I'm going to bring to you like a double review, kind of. It's going to be a review of this toy, then I'm going to do a comparison with the knockoff bot that I got. So it's going to be a two-part thing. And the other thing I'm going to do in this channel, which I don't really want to do, is because this bot is so small and this camera doesn't have a macro feature, so you can see it in detail, I'm going to have to use this camera down here and do a magic hands review on it, which I prefer to address the camera face to face, but that's just the way this one's got to roll. So without further ado, I bring to you this fella. This is a Takara Microchange MC-06 Kronoform watch robo. And this is one of the original ones. Now, as you can see, it's absolutely smothered in blinging chrome. And these things, like I said, go for stupid amounts of money on eBay, especially when they're complete in the box with the watch strap. This guy didn't come with the watch strap, and he does have a little bit of damage because the little clip that clips him onto the watch strap is broken. It is still there. I should be able to do a repair on that. But condition wise, this guy is in absolutely immaculate condition. There's no chrome wear on him at all. Most of his joints are nice and tight, apart from the little fisty things, and one of the legs is a little bit loose. But apart from that, considering this thing is like 33 years old, because it's got a copyright stamp on the back that says 1983, it's in remarkable condition. And I know for a fact if I still had my original one, it wouldn't be anywhere near as good as this. But speaking of my original one, a little bit of backstory. Let's go back to, well, when Transformers hit the UK back in 1984. I was 11 years old. In fact, I turned 12 in December. I started getting the Marvel G1 comics the back end of 1984. And then in 1985, I started buying into Transformers. I got a couple of mini Autobots, and I didn't really have a lot of money. I couldn't pester my parents to buy Transformers, and I had to buy them myself with my pocket money, and I didn't get a lot of pocket money, so I could only afford to buy, you know, sort of cheaper end bots, and that usually mean buy knockoff bots at the local, you know, Saturday market, or in town there was a shop called Gray's on High Street, just opposite where Woolworths was. And they were a sports shop, but in the back they had a toy and model department, and they stocked Diaclones. Oh yes, they stocked pretty much the entire Diaclone line. So I could buy Diaclone bots, and because they weren't Pucker Transformers, because Pucker Transformers were the Hasbro ones which were sold across the street in Woolworths, they sold them at slightly less money than the real Transformers. So I could go in there and buy effectively pre-Transformers for less money than the real ones. So yeah, I bought a few bots there. I bought I bought a Robo Jaguar, aka Ravage. I bought one of those. They did knockoff bots as well. I got a knockoff G1 Starscream, the Kingdom 06 Jet Robo. I got one of those. What else did I get? I got a few other things. Needless to say, one of the things I got was one of these. Now, they come with a watch strap that kind of looks like that. This is the knockoff watch strap. This guy didn't come with a watch strap, so I got the knockoff one. And I bought it. And the thing you can do with these, which you probably can't do with any other Transformer, you can wear it. Now, the only thing is, because this is a knockoff strap and this is a genuine bot, it doesn't quite fit properly onto the strap. It sort of squeezes in there. Hang on. But it's not great. But it goes on there, right? So that is a wristwatch. You can put it on your wrist and you can wear it. And as you can see, it works. That's the other thing that's amazing about this particular toy, but which I will go into more detail when I do a close-up of the toy. But yeah, I used to wear this as a watch to school, and you strap it on your watch. It's a Transformer. You could wear it to school. You'd have it as a normal wristwatch. You wear it at school. But I will say the quickest way to knacker up the watch strap is wear it as a watch, because the original watch straps, they had a soft plastic strap, and the little wrinkles in them used to get stress cracks across them when they flexed, and they used to break. And I think I had an incident at school when I was wearing it in the playground, and some kid came over, tried to grab it off my wrist, and the strap broke, or something like that. Anyway, the strap broke fairly early doors. And the other thing I will say about my one is the faceplate also came off, and came unstuck and fell off. So my original one had a bit of abuse, but to me, this fella was a Decepticon, and I called him Digit, and he was kind of like a minion bot, kind of like Soundwave's cassettes. So I used to have him as a little minion bot, kind of like Rumble and Frenzy. And he was a bot that I had in my collection. Like I said, he got damaged, so later on I bought another one, a knockoff one at the Sunday market, which was kind of like, well, it was kind of like this, but it was made out of blue plastic instead, and instead of saying Takara Kronoform on the faceplate, it just said quartz. So I think I had a second one. And yeah, I had that as one of my early Transformers when I was a kid, and it was great. But now that we've gone over the history of why I had one, why I want one, let's actually look at the toy itself. And so that means we're going to have to go magic hands. So let's go. Right, so here we have the Takara Kronoform. And as you can see, it's got lovely shiny chrome. And if you look on the back, you can clearly see the copyright mark that says copyright Takara Company Limited, 1983. Yeah, the only bit of damage it's got is this is the original clip. It's still in there. Luckily it hasn't got lost, but one of the lugs has broken off and it's become detached. I should be able to do an effective repair on that. This is his watch mode. It's got the Takara Kronoform on the faceplate, and when I got this, obviously it didn't work. I had to dismantle it and remove the watch battery, which was pretty well wedged in there, but I managed to pull it out. Obviously the battery had gone bad, it had leaked slightly, there was a little bit of corrosion inside, but I managed to get a replacement battery. I had cleaned up the terminals, put the battery in, I had to jiggle the battery around to get a good contact on it, and then it fires up, and I managed to set the time and date on it, and it works perfectly. It's just a simple quartz watch mechanism. The two buttons, the red button is for setting it, the blue button is for changing it, so you can get the date, the seconds, and then back to the time again. So that works perfectly, which is amazing considering this thing, like I said, it's a 33-year-old toy, and the watch mechanism still works, which when you compare it with this one, as you can see, it doesn't work. I tried to get this one working. I put batteries in it and couldn't get it to work, and this thing's virtually brand new. and I couldn't even get the watch mechanism to work on it, so that's a load of rubbish. But no, this thing's amazing. Transforming this guy is dead simple. You pull out the legs, like so. Stand them up. And then you turn the head round, and then the arms, you just pull the fists down, and there you go. Quite small. He's got nice head detail. Obviously the helmet is black, and you've got the face plate, and the visor is picked out in silver. He's got riveted knee joints. Obviously it's got sideways knee action, but the hips are designed to pivot sideways. And articulation hasn't got a lot. The arms go all the way around at the shoulder. The head rotates 360 degrees. And the legs have 2 pivot joints on them. So the hips can go out sideways, so he can do a Van Damme. And then the knees, obviously part of the transformation, they slip in sideways. He's got limited posability options, but the one I like to do is the sumo. Like that. The only thing that's a bit icky on this guy is the fists are a bit loose, and this leg's a bit loose. But apart from that, again, for a 33-year-old toy, it is absolutely amazing. It is incredibly cool, it's well made, it's brilliant. What a thing. Right, so this guy is just amazing. He's incredible. I mean, for something this small and this old, it still stands up today. You know, 30 odd years later, it's in brilliant condition. And like I said, these original ones, they go for stupid amounts of money if they're complete with the strap and the packaging. I got this one loose in this condition for, what was it? It wasn't a lot of money. It wasn't a lot of money. I was quite happy to pay the price I paid for this. Yes, I'm going to have to do a slight repair to his watch strap brace, but I can do that. I've got the skills to do that. He's brilliant. Now, let's compare it with the knockoff. So let's put him back into watch mode. There we go. And then we've got the Minix Ko. Now, I got this in December 2014 as a surrogate old school bot. It's an appalling piece of crap. It's an atrocity to Transformers. It is really bad. I mean, that says it all, really. Yes. Now, I actually done some work on this to stiffen up his leg joints. Now, the one thing you can see, possibly here, is the leg joints on this guy are they're just like a plastic lug. This one has got like a rivet going through that holds the leg joints in. Superior, inferior. Now, the head sculpts. Obviously, this one has got nicely detailed head. This one has just got like a black plastic block with a splodge of paint on it. Very muddy details, doesn't even look like a face, so that's a win for the Kronoform. Watch mechanism. Kronoform, 30-year-old toy, had an old manky battery in it, took it out, put a new one in, cleaned up the contacts, it fired straight up, and it's been keeping good time ever since. This one was probably only made a couple of years ago, probably made in the mid-2000s. Watch mechanism does not work at all. I've tried everything, I've put batteries in it, it does not work. So that's another win for the Kronoform. Transformation. Obviously this guy, he transforms. Like so. Same transformation on this guy. And there we go. So, what can I say about the robot mode? They got the same articulation, but the one thing that I can do is the shake test. So, that's the Kronoform, and that's the knockoff. I mean, I did tighten up these joints. They were a lot looser than that when I got it. So yeah, this thing is, like I said, it's an atrocity. This thing is a gem. So glad I've finally got an original one. Don't know what I'm going to do with this. The only thing this has got going for it is that it came with a watch strap. Now, this fits into the watch strap perfectly. It's got the clip on the bottom that isn't broken, and it just clips in like that, and it's solid. It doesn't go anywhere, and you just unclip it. Now, the Kronoform. Now this is another knock against the knockoff, because this is supposed to be a carbon copy of this. So in that respect, it should be identical in every way. Now, the black one fits the watch strap. The silver one, not so much. It's a very tight fit in there and there. So, you can probably see there's a gap showing through. That's because it won't sit in because it's been squeezed by the thing top and bottom. So that's a knock against the knockoff, because this strap should fit this bot and it doesn't properly. So in order to make it fit, I'm going to have to grind or shave a little bit of plastic off there, and then it should fit properly, and obviously repair the watch clip, which is damaged. But there you go. There's a comparison between the Takara Kronoform and the Minix Ko watch bot. I know which one I prefer. This thing is an awesome toy. I am absolutely over the moon to get hold of an original one. It's an old gang bot, baby. Bot that I used to have as a kid. Got very warm, fuzzy feelings towards this one. And yeah, so they're brilliant. They're small, they're basic, but they're amazing. And like I said, these Transformers do something that virtually no other Transformers can do. The watch strap's just broken. Well, yeah, you could wear them as a watch, so... Oh dear, oh dear. So yeah, the Takara Microchange MC-06 Kronoform. Beauty. Love it. Anyway, that's been me, TFR Wilderness. I will see you all next time. Ta-da.